Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Paragunner, and I know that I said my next review was going to be Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, but this game just came out, and I thought I might as well just have my review go up first, just so that you guys could know, since this is a very new game, and it's really the first time that I have uploaded a review this quickly after a game came out. So, this review is of Life is Strange Episode 1, Chrysalis. This is episode 1 out of 5 that there's going to be of Life is Strange. It's an episodic game, and like every month or two they're releasing the next part. So part 1 came out on Friday, January 30th, and that is the day that I am recording this. I just played it, and now I'm going to tell you guys what I thought of it. So Life is Strange is about an 18-year-old girl named Max, who is a high schooler, and she's studying photography, and then she realizes that she has the power to reverse time, but she can only rewind time a little bit, like just sort of like a few minutes, not like go way back and change tons of things in her past. And I think that this is a very cool sort of superpower, and the way that this power is used in the game is very believable, and I just think, yeah, that's how I'd use this power if I had it.
Since you've captured our interest and clearly want to join the conversation, can you please tell us the name of the process that gave birth to the first self-portraits?
I did know, but I kind of forgot.
Louis Daguerre was a French painter who created daguerreotypes.
Tell us the name of the process that gave birth to the first self-portraits.
The Daguerrean process, invented by a French painter named Louis Daguerre around 1830.
So yeah, it's really interesting in that aspect that it's somewhat of a superhero thing, kind of like not really a hero, like you can kind of make choices of what you want to do with things. I'll talk about that a little bit later in the review, but it seems like it's somewhat in the superhero genre, but it's not like a big action like, ooh, these powers, boom, stuff is happening. It's not like that, it's just so much more believable with the use of these powers in everyday life. Strange life, that is. So in episode 1, there are 2 strong characters who are well developed so far and are very interesting characters. I'm not gonna talk about who the characters are. Well, one is Max, but I don't want to really spoil anything about this because it's only like 2 hours long. So if I say too much of what happens, it's just spoiled it because not much really happens. But yeah, we have 2 really good characters, and there's also some sort of a mystery element to the story, which seems very, very interesting. And I feel like most of the characters in this game are good characters, but some of them are just sort of stereotypes of like high school people, which I do feel like the high school in this game is kind of overdone, like it is in a lot of movies, how there's all those stereotypes. Like there's this one stereotypical mean girl in this game, which her character just seems kind of boring because it wasn't something new or interesting really. But most of the characters are actually generally new, and not just a stereotype like that one character and a few other ones. Also, I would say that the acting is kind of normal because there wasn't anything that stood out as being like, whoa, that was really well done, but also nothing really stood out as being, oh, that was so bad acting. It was just kind of normal and decent. One thing that is really weird though is the voices are out of sync with the talking animations, and this is really distracting.
John Lennon once said that life is what happens while you're busy making other plans.
And it really took me out of the experience because I'm like, wait, why are these people's mouths moving, but it doesn't look like they're saying that, but they are. And that can be ignored, but it can be kind of hard to ignore that. So the graphics do have a really cool style because it all looks kind of like a painting, which is very nice, although the graphics do seem a bit outdated. Now, most of the gameplay in this game is exploration. You pretty much go around different areas in the game and look at different things. I think that the exploration is kind of clunky, I guess I'd say, because for example, let's just say that you walk into a room and there's a bunch of things that you can look at and like press triangle, and then Max will like think something out loud to you like about it.
Hard to believe I'm 18. Do I look any older? Just more stressed.
And I thought that this sort of narration when she's doing that is kind of unnecessary, and it might be a little bit better if the player just sees these things in the world and then makes assumptions in their own mind of what things might be. But since we are thrown into kind of the middle of this world, it is nice that Max can tell us some more of what's actually going on. And the use of rewinding time in the gameplay is pretty much really awesome. It's sort of like a new puzzle solving sort of thing, like maybe you will be going about your day doing something, but then you realize, oh, I did that wrong, that didn't work out well, so then you can rewind time and do it some other way, and see, oh, this works, that's really cool. So the puzzle solving in this game is really awesome, just putting you in control of Max's power, and it does make you feel really, really powerful, because nothing can really stop you when you can just rewind time. I did think that quite a bit of the gameplay, especially around the middle of the game, got kind of boring after a while, but towards the end it picks up and got really a lot more interesting, I would say. And of course, a big part of this game's gameplay is making choices. You make a lot of choices, like pretty much constantly in this game, but what's really cool about this, which is something that you don't see with making choices in other games, is if you don't like the outcome of a choice, then you can rewind time and choose the other choice. And I thought that that was really cool, just going with the idea of using this power to manipulate the world to get what you want and or to help others and to get what they want. And the choices are kind of like a morality thing, but it's not a straight up good and evil thing. It's just giving you two choices, and you choose what you think is going to be best for you, basically, and what you think you would do in that situation. And I really liked being active in this story, and it feels like the choices are meaningful, and I'm sure that they will have a big impact on what happens in future episodes. Also, what was really cool is when you finish this episode, then the game gives you a little thing that is the stats of what other people have chosen, and you can compare that with what you chose, which was just a cool thing. So here are my final thoughts on Life is Strange Episode 1. I think it's a very interesting start to this episodic series. It is very story focused, which I like a lot. This first episode did a really good job of introducing the characters, even though not necessarily that much happens other than that. And I hope that the other episodes do a good job of building on the characters and the mysteries that have been created in this first episode. Now, that being said, I do think that this game could turn out to be pretty boring and just a mediocre story, but I definitely hope that's not what I end up saying in my review of Episode 5. Also, at the end of Episode 1, there is a very brief teaser for Episode 2, and I must say I am already very interested in playing that when it comes out in March. So I would say that Life is Strange Episode 1 Chrysalis is definitely worth a play. It's only $5, so go play it and tell me what you think about it in the comments. If you like this video, then please like it, like the button kind of like. Yeah, I'm just asking for likes because I want more views. YouTube is hard! But yeah, seriously, thank you for watching this video and have a great day.